Michelle from 97.9 WRMF hanging out backstage with Tristan Prettyman. Doesn't she look really cute? I'm just like, for the past like 10 minutes, I'm like, this is cute. Anyway, sorry, it could be because I'm like so professional and I'm jealous and I want to be in sweatpants. But that being said, there's so much I want to talk to you about. You are on your third album, Cedar and Gold.
Yep.
And that's a huge accomplishment in itself. Tell me about the album, just in general, and what it means to you.
The record has been a long journey.
Yeah.
It has been, you know, like quitting music, kind of taking. It was like a year that I took off, and it turned into 3 years, or almost 4 years actually. A ton of traveling, just trying to connect with myself again and what I wanted to do, and really check in and make sure I wanted to be playing music. And then a vocal surgery, engagement and unengagement, and then I slowly found myself coming back to music, just because I think throughout my life I've always come back to music when I'm feeling something inside and need to get it out and express it. So, but definitely did not rush this album, and I just sort of moved out of the way and let it be what it was going to be. And it's sort of the journey of kind of everyone, I think, has that place that they've either will get to in their life or have had in their life, where they sort of, you know, they get it all together and then they have the moment of like, whoa, am I doing what I want? Is this really what I want to be doing? And you know, you gotta check in and really take the time. So it's my sort of journey of like finding my feet back on the ground.
And I'm so happy you brought that up, because that was actually one of my questions. I feel like so many people don't realize you've been really through a lot. You know, you did take that break, you traveled the world,
yeah.
You found polyps on your vocal cords, you had to deal with that, you know, engagement ending.
Yeah.
What do you think, was it just the fact that you went back to music because you feel like at the end that is who you are?
You know, it was the fact that I could talk to friends and family and so many people while I was going through all the stuff I went through, but until I really put it into a song, did I ever feel any sense of relief. And it's weird because after my last record, I wanted to have nothing to do with music. I wanted to go travel, I wanted to surf, I wanted to cook. I didn't want to pick up a guitar, I didn't want to sing, I didn't want to go to like a bonfire or a gathering. Like I just was so annoyed with music.
Yeah.
And it's interesting the way, because I took so much time away from it, like I really actually did get away from it, and then I naturally found myself come back to it like I did when I first started playing. So it was like this nice, it's hard to find that, you know, when you make something that you love into a profession, it becomes like an obligation, and I really did miss that, just playing music, because that's all I felt like I had, you know, and this record is that. It's like all I had, like everything was on that record.
And that's a huge thing to admit, and also I think it's safe to say you made the right decision. You're touring with the Scripts.
Yes, it's been amazing.
I think she made the right decision. That being said, have they been nice to you? How has that been like touring with them?
They are the most nicest, kindest, politest, most fun, well, probably one of the funnest bands we've ever toured with.
Have they been showing you a good time?
They have. Yes, they're always running around being goofy. We have an open door policy, so if our dressing rooms are open, like we're always in and out. I've been trying to get them to do yoga.
Have they?
No.
I would love to see Danny.
No, Danny was saying that he was like training for boxing.
He's such a wuss.
And then it was affecting his breathing, so he had to stop. But they're all just so great. Like they're all so sweet. Rodney and Danny and Glenn. And for the first couple shows, I didn't know who anybody was because they all had accents, and
they all sound the same. And you're like, number 1, sexy. Number 2, sexy. Number 3, sexy.
And then the crew all sounds the same. And everyone, they just have that Irish spirit is so
high and lovable.
Fun, and it's just wonderful to be around. So we've been having a blast.
And speaking of yoga, I saw on your Twitter, on your bio, you love yoga and tacos.
Yes.
So do you really think that the amount of tacos you eat actually pays off in comparison to the amount of yoga you do?
Heck, I eat way more tacos than I do yoga.
But yet you're thin as a stick. Tell me your secret.
I've been running on the road actually. When I'm home, I love yoga. I'm going
to the gym now.
I grew up in a really active family. My mom was an aerobic instructor. My parents run marathons, and so I've always been active.
Oh my gosh, you could train me.
I can train. Well, no, I'm still trying to train myself.
All right,
I can only do like 3 miles, and then I can barely do that.
That's me too.
But running is great because it's like you get your heart rate up. It's like I can do just 30 minutes of it, and obviously on the road we're constantly traveling city to city, and I want to save most of my energy for the show. But
and My Oh My, by the way, your single, doing fantastic.
Thank you.
What is the story behind My Oh My?
My Oh My is an interesting one. Kevin Griffin, who's from Better Than Ezra, is someone who I write with a lot. I wrote with him on the last record, wrote with him on this record, and he was in San Diego doing something else for a songwriting something or another. And I said, if you have any free time, you should come over and maybe we'll write a song at my house, because I usually go to whoever I'm writing with will have like a studio or their house or whatever, and no one's ever come to my house. And I had just moved into the house I'm in now, which is the house where I wrote most of Cedar and Gold, and all the walls inside are cedar wood.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Where the title gets
That's
its
very
name.
cool.
So Kevin came over and we sat down and we were going back and forth with ideas, and he started playing the kind of riff for My Oh My, and I was like, oh, I love this. You know, I don't have anything like this, and it's like sassy and it's fun, and I love you know, like the heaven and the hell and the heart on the string. Like I love all those opposite references.
Yeah.
You know, like the door being locked and someone has the key, and so we just wrote it really quickly, and then we literally went and got a taco. And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought this is a really fun.
Never thought it was gonna take off the way it did.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned just from having 2 other records, like you never know what's going to be the single. You never know what songs are going to do good, what songs the record label will gravitate to. So,
right.
And we literally wrote it in like 30 minutes, and
That's
now
awesome.
it's a single, and it's super fun to play. And the way that Steve and I and Josh have been doing it on the road is this totally stripped down acoustic version. It sounds totally different than the record, but
that's
it's
cool.
so much fun. So.
And I'm sticking around for it. So,
Yeah.
And it's funny you say that, because you say certain songs gravitate towards certain people. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. I really gravitate towards Not Gonna Marry You. I'm assuming it's about Jason Mraz and everything that happened.
Yeah.
That being said, feel free to not answer if you don't want to, but my question to that would be, because I heard it and I'm like, wow, this is really powerful. Do you, after everything that happened, do you still believe in marriage and love and all that? And it's something you haven't given up on? Because I feel like for women, it's such a heavy, thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. That song, Say Anything, was the first song I wrote for this record. And that song sort of represents like speaking your truth, and that when it comes down to it and like a relationship starts going sour and people start being resentful for making decisions based on thinking they're going to make the other person happy, and like the lack of communication that's going on. You know, that song was sort of written right after like the first talk of that we were going to break up, and then I Was Gonna Marry You was the second song that was written after we had had a talk about how we were just going to split up, but we weren't going to make a big deal about it. We weren't going to make a public
so much better that way.
press release, and then he one night felt the need to be on the red carpet and just spill the whole story to someone, and called me and said, so I just wanted to tell you that I gave the whole story to the so-and-so reporter, and I was like, okay, what happened to the talk we just had like a week ago? And it was sort of like,
yeah, I understand that.
I had a moment of like, wow, I've been in a relationship with someone for 9 years and I don't even really know them or what they're capable of.
And I feel like that's something, I mean, I've been through it, a million women, if not even men, have been through it. So, all right, do you guys still talk?
No, not really. But, you know, that song was sort of written because I didn't have an outlet at the time. I didn't have a record. The record wasn't out yet. I didn't want to blog about it. I didn't want to react to it. And I went to my friend Dave Hodges' house the next day to write, and I literally was so just like, what the F? and I was like, I want to write a song that says I was gonna marry you. And Dave and Steve, who was writing with us at the time, both looked at me and were like, are you sure you want to go there? And I was like, yes. Like, why am I beating around the bush, you know?
And have your side, too.
And have my side. And also, you know, there's been like to have a lot of like closure for me and also like my family and my friends. But it's interesting because it was written in such the heat of the moment that it totally encapsulates everything I was feeling. And now when I play it, which is, you know, it's been like 2 years or almost 2 years, you know, I am dating someone new, and I'm stoked, and I'm also freaked out that like will I be able to love again, you know, and like again, and but it's interesting because now on stage, people ask me this all the time, like, how is it to sing the songs now? And I'll be on stage and I will have moments. Actually, it happened last night where I thought I was singing it and I was like, wow, I was in a really dark place.
I was angry.
I was like pissed off,
Yeah.
and I was really sad. And wow, look how far I've come.
You've
Like I
overcome
made
all
it.
of
Like
it.
I made it out okay, and I'm okay, and I'm trusting. I'm letting myself fall in love with somebody else. I'm letting myself. Like do it again,
Yeah.
and so now it's this amazing reminder of like, wow, I've in the moment it seems like you're just in the bubble, but as you slowly come out of it and you can look back and be like, wow, it's, you know, I'm gonna be okay, and so I think that's why it can relate to everybody.
Yeah.
Because whether you're in it or you're not in it, you can still connect with it and know where it's
And
from.
I will say on behalf of, I'm sure not just me, but all women out there, like I have serious trust issues. And I know that that's a big deal for a lot of women.
Yeah.
So that is very
I think
inspirational.
we're just wired that way. To be
Yeah.
like,
We have emotions. So it is
actually,
very...
I just ran my boyfriend yesterday. Was like, I'm a girl. Can you handle it? He's like, handle what? And I'm like, okay, never mind.
Well, good. There you
I'm
go.
having a moment.
That's a good thing. That means he can handle
Yeah,
you.
and
So
he's just like,
don't question it, just live
he's
it.
like, you're fine. Just hang in there. And I'm like, I'm on the road and it's lonely.
No,
And
that's
I'm
a
surrounded
good
by
thing.
Irish men that are hot, and I don't want to make out with any of them.
Did you put that in the subtext? By the way, I'm sorry. I don't mean it. I'm not cheating on you. I'm sorry. But that means he's a keeper. So hold on to him.
Yeah, he's amazing.
But the last thing I want to ask you, because I've already taken enough of your time up, and you need to go eat your salad because it looks really good, and I'm staring at it. And now I'm going to go to the gym too. No, it's yours. I'm going to go eat Mexican food. No, go to the gym. Anyway,
And have a taco.
And have a taco in your honor. What is next for you after this huge tour with this friend?
You know, I'm so excited to be playing music again. One, because I was in such a place of not wanting to play music that I cannot wait to tour. And 2013 is going to be a ton of touring, ton of headlining. I literally want to get on a bus and not get off for like 6 months. I just want to tour and tour and tour. And you know, this tour has been really fun. We only get 30 minutes to play, which is awesome. But I want to play like every song on this new album. And I also love how the last two albums, all those songs they mesh so well.
Yeah.
I see the potential for such a journey, like through
It
a
is.
show.
Everything. Glass Chart, everything
Yeah.
I listened to, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah. So I can't wait to tour, and we're going to be doing a lot of touring, a lot of cities, and you know, hopefully people will show up.
Check her out on tour. Plug the website.
TristanPrettyman.com.
Go check her out. I'm sticking around for the show. I know it's going to be amazing. So make sure you go and check her out. And also check her out December 1st. You're going to be performing at WRF Snow Snowballs.
Yes.
So December 1st, be on the lookout for that.
Is that here?
That is going to be right here.
This is one of my favorite venues in the country, by the way.
Oh, okay.
When
See?
people ask me what my favorite venue is, I played here with Jason actually a couple of years ago, a very long time ago, and I fell in love with this amphitheater. So
It's love, and it's meant to be. And don't give up on love.
don't give up on love. It's you gotta. When you fail, it just means you've made yourself vulnerable and that you're living.
Truly an inspiration. So I'm gonna let her go eat, and thank you all for the time, and thank you for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.